Hi, Bill Felber for CZAD at the 8th International Conference on Emerging Zoonoses. And I'm visiting with Barry Rouse. He is a distinguished professor of biomedical and diagnostic sciences at the University of Tennessee. And Dr. Rouse specializes in research into infectious diseases with a focus on viral immunology and immunopathology. He's considered a leading authority in the field of immunology. Dr. Rouse, how would you assess the present state of human immunity to infectious diseases?
I think humans in this country deal with infectious disease rather successfully thanks to the availability of effective vaccines against a large number of infectious agents. And as long as people are willing to take those vaccines, they have the protection. I think in the United States, particularly in some areas, people are becoming cavalier and sometimes antagonistic to the use of vaccines, which renders some of our population susceptible to diseases which should be extinct, such as measles and a few others. The other side of the coin is that because people want to have vaccines which don't cause them any pain, some of the vaccines we now use are less reactogenic, but in fact not quite as effective. This applies particularly to pertussis vaccine. The old-fashioned pertussis vaccine hurt you a little bit, but provided very effective long-term protection. The newer pertussis vaccines do not work quite as well, but they're better tolerated.
But what are the threats and challenges posed to maintaining and enhancing immunity? And I'm thinking particularly of the issue of overprescription of drugs, if that's a particular concern in that regard.
I don't fully understand. What is that question again? Repeat it, please.
What are the threats and challenges that are posed to maintaining and enhancing immunities?
Well, one of the issues is how do we make immunity better, and what type of delivery systems, what type of adjuvants can we use to make the vaccines, for example, more effective. And we are pretty slow in licensing new and more effective adjuvants. It takes a long time by the government to license some of these, but there are some on the horizon, and I think this will help improve the efficacy of some vaccines. There's also a way of dealing with infections in an emergency situation by using antibodies, monoclonal antibodies in some circumstances. And these may be quite effective, and there's one which works very well against respiratory syncytial virus. The downside is the extraordinary expense of those antibodies. And so I think the crisis in America, and it's even worse in America than anywhere else, is that we pay far too much for the drugs, particularly since the government pays us scientists to do experiments to develop these drugs in the first place, and then lets us exploit our fellow humankind by launching a little company to sell the drugs. I'm not sure that's in the best interest of mankind.
So what's the takeaway for those of us who are non-scientists? What role should we be playing in the search for improved immunity mechanisms?
Well, I think you have to be encouraged to support government funding agencies and some others who make these new discoveries possible. Sometimes we get a feeling of complacency that we know how to control most problems and we don't need to research fundamental things. But I myself am a fundamental scientist and therefore I'm quite biased. But discovery comes by looking at issues for which you have no clue if you will find a solution. Just occasionally something great emerges from it.
Well, Dr. Rouse, I really appreciate your taking time to visit with us on this subject. It's an important subject. For CZAD and at the 8th International Conference on Emerging Zoonoses, I'm Bill Felber. Thank you for watching.